Let me get this out of the way right away. I am a Tectone fan. If you hate him, then dislike the video and be gone. Hoyoverse is about to release, and so am I. I took a break from admiring my queen Cantarella to make this video because when I woke up and saw that Hoyoverse's trailer had dropped, I realized that I had procrastinated for too long and Honkai Starbucks was about to throw the toaster in the bathtub. In Minecraft, okay YouTube, in Minecraft. Honkai Star has been getting worse since release, and it's definitely becoming a lot like its big brother Genshin. Insane power creep, HP inflation out the wazoo, long and monotonous stories with dialogue bloat, releasing game-breaking characters, and now a character that has a global passive and effectively paywalling a mechanic and forcing players to spend money if they can't afford her with in-game currency. On its own, it's not the biggest deal. Wow, a predatory gacha game is obsessed with making money and couldn't give two shits about its players? That's like fork found in kitchen. But this didn't happen out of nowhere, and as much as Techie will swear up and down that the power creep in this game started with Silver Wolf, I respectfully disagree. I think Silver Wolf came out definitely came out with a game-breaking mechanic that opposed the main combat system in the game, the element system. But I want to remind you that even though they did that, they made it so that it was RNG dependent and didn't give her a full team that could take advantage of her game-breaking mechanic efficiently for a while. Though, if you think it was power creep, I still can't blame you, especially since they did this in the game's first major update. I'd say that it really started with Acheron, a character that makes it so that you can insta-kill mobs and do damage a tier higher than every other character in the game, as well as ignoring elements with her ultimate. But even with her, she had a drawback, and that she needed nihility characters, which granted did little to slow her down, with these scumbags fixing that artificially made problem with her E2. There was Robin, who unironically was like, you know, Bronya can make one character go again, well, I can do it to the whole team.
Back off, ya spooky bitch!
The nastiest event of power creep in my opinion is Boot Hill. This company unironically pissed in the mouths of everyone who summoned for this guy, releasing two characters that fill the same niche back to back, with the newer one drastically overpowering the old one. Mind you, these are two more characters that just ignore the whole element system in the game by implanting elements on enemies. And this time, they didn't just say fuck the element system, they also said fuck Silver Wolf. A lot of people like to talk about how Acheron made Zilla irrelevant, but between you and me, I don't know who the fuck was using Zilla even back in 1.6. Back to what's going on now. Hoyoverse is now about to release, and her release marks the end of an era. An era where we thought this game had our best interest, but we were proven wrong. A global passive and a revive, no less. Potential for as many characters die as once, so you could potentially have a revive for 3 characters on your team, which is absurd. A game that I've been playing for years, a predatory PvP gacha game. The 7 Deadly Sins Grand Cross has never and would never go this far, but now it just might, because HSR is arguably the biggest gacha on the market right now. Yes, you can argue it's Genshin or Love and Deep Space or Pokemon, but HSR is a major player. And other smaller gacha games like Wuthering Waves are looking at this game for guidance as to see what's acceptable. Once this goes live, other games will start doing it, whether you like it or not. I think back to the times when we used to say Genshin could never, back when Dr. Ratio came out. None of us ever thought this would happen, but here we are. At the end of the day, it's the same company, even if they're different teams, and their way is the one with the final say. Once this goes live, they legally can't nerf her by law of China. I guess we should start expecting things like this to happen in ZZZ, and honestly makes me sad. But all hope is not lost. It may be too late for HSR, but we can make sure this doesn't happen in other gacha games by complaining, giving the game a 1-star rating on the App Store, and boycotting. And who am I kidding? The sad truth is that the portion of gacha game players that actively engage with media only makes up a very small percentage. With this awful business decision, we've seen a mass exodus of content creators and free-to-play players, but alas, it may really not make a difference. It breaks my heart that I'm making this video. This is a game that was a ray of sunshine in my life, and it was my main gacha for over a year, but let me know what you guys think. Like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace. Also, if you're watching this techie, please subscribe. I'm a huge fan. But